Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. For the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. For the viewers, thank you for clicking this video. So in today's video guys, we are going to be breaking down the strategy that I wish I knew in my first year of trading. Right guys, so I know a lot of you guys are started to learn how to trade and you're looking for a strategy. Right guys, I wish I knew the strategy called the ICC concepts in my first year, because literally it would have saved me a lot of time, money and effort. Right, so to break down how my own life went in terms of trading was, my first year of trading, I was learning what we call indicators. Right, I was using indicators to trade. So literally guys, I made the mistake of locking in on the first guru that I met and then paying for the course, and then learning his strategy. But obviously that strategy was not great at all. Right, I was using indicators like the Bollinger Band 200. Right, so, and I was also using indicators like the buy and sell indicator. Right, so basically the whole point was, we trade from Bollinger Bands to Bollinger Bands. Right, so from the top of the Bollinger Band, right, to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. And literally guys, my first year of trading, I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. I never really passed any prop firm. I only passed one phase challenge, literally only one phase. Right, and I don't even think I used the strategy that I used that time. But basically guys, like, that was what happened on my first year of trading. And then my second year, I now stumbled upon smart money concepts. Right, so basically smart money concepts, there's a lot of moving parts for me. Right, I did manage to learn it for like 2 months. I got introduced to that strategy through the IML. Right, so the iMarket Live and things like that. Right, so I was only able to pay for 2 months, so I wasn't able to like continue learning from the smart money concept. But I would say I did gain a lot of knowledge from it. Right, and you know overall it was okay. But the only difference was, there's a lot of moving parts with the smart money concept. Right, there's a lot of like quantum theory, a lot of like mitigation, things like that. Right, so there was like 8 different definitions for smart money that I had to learn in order for me to learn how to trade, or understand how the market moves within the smart money concepts, theory. Right, but that was that. And then guys, literally I now stumbled on this strategy called the ICC concepts. Right, so literally guys, I was on YouTube, and I think if I go on YouTube right now, I literally think guys, like, I saw an interview from this guy Trades by Sai, and basically he was like, oh, I made 11 million, something like that, trading. Right, so if I put Trades by Sai and put 11 mil, right, so you can clearly see, let me see if it's still there. Yeah, so there is like some interview, I don't know if it's still there, but literally guys, like, I literally found this guy, say he made 11 million or whatever, and I was like, okay. And from there, I literally got hooked. You feel me? But basically guys, to break down the strategy guys, it's basically very simple. It has really small moving parts. Right, literally all you have to learn is these 3 things right here. Right, so the ICC concept stands for indication, correction, continuation. Right, so essentially that's basically how we want to view the market. Right, we view the market in a trending pattern. Right, so let me break this down again with my PDF file. But as you can see guys, literally the strategy is very simple. It's called indication, correction, continuation. Indication, correction, continuation. Right, and this is basically how we look at the market. Right, so the market happens in 3 phases, and then in terms of taking your trade, we always take our trades at the start of the continuation move. Now guys, as time goes on, you will now learn how to take trades from like this top here, but the whole point is we follow the trend. Right, so with this particular strategy guys, the only part you need to understand, really, to be honest, is really how the market moves and when a reversal happens, and understanding the pivot points in the market. Right, so to break this down guys, literally, like I told you guys, the ICC concepts stand for what? Indication, correction, continuation. Right, so to put it simply, price has to give us an indication that it's going up. Price then now retraces to our area of interest, and then we look for an entry, and then we take that buy move to the upside. Right, so that's basically what the ICC concept is. And then in terms of understanding what a pivot point is, a pivot point essentially is going to help us to know when a trend changes, right? So essentially, guys, we determine a pivot point by at least 2 candles. And if you don't know what that means, guys, basically a pivot point, like I told you guys, is basically, in the case of an uptrend, these are the pivot points right here. In the case of an uptrend, right? So in an uptrend, these are the pivot points. Now, how do you determine this pivot point, right? This pivot point is basically determined by at least 2 sell candles, right? So what I mean by this is, in the case of an uptrend here, right, the pivot point, right, between here and let's just say where the market is right now, I can literally break this down for you, is going to be this right here, right? It's going to be this right here, right? It's going to be this right here. It's going to be this right here. It's going to be this right here, right? It's going to be this right here. And that's all, right? It's not going to be this, no, right? So when I say, the reason for this is because, guys, you can see price has, okay, actually I was wrong here, because price does not have at least 2 sell candles, right? So this cannot be the pivot point, right? So this would be the pivot points, right? So this would be the pivot point here, this would be the pivot point here, this would be the pivot point here, and so on and so forth. But basically, guys, the point of this pivot point is to help us know when the trend is about to change. So basically what that means is, guys, if this is the previous low, right, price literally needs to sell all the way down here, right, and then close below this. Once price closes below this, in terms of the body, right, not the wick, the body close, once price closes below this, then we are anticipating the trend to change from the buys to sells, right? So something like this. This is basically what we use the pivot point for, right? And then also, again, one more thing you need to understand with pivot points and pivot lows is, guys, learn how to market and learn what the previous low is, because the previous low is the most important thing, right? The previous low in the case of this market here, GBP JPY, is going to be this low right here, right? Because it has at least 2 sell candles, and this low created this high, right? Now this low right here has not created a high yet, so until this low creates a high, then we can now call this the actual previous low, right, or a pivot point, right? But this is the actual low here, and the pivot point that you need to watch for price, you know, to change trends from buys to sells, right? So essentially, guys, this is a strategy that I wish I learned, you know, I mean, my first year of trading, because, guys, it's literally that simple. I only need one time frame to follow this trade. As you can see, literally, guys, I'm in one time frame, and guys, you don't need, you know, multiple time frames to tell you where the market is going. You feel me, right? Like, with only one time frame, guys, literally with only one time frame, you can tell where the market is going. It's literally going up with only one time frame. And then one more thing you need to know is, guys, like, you know, in terms of creating your levels, right? So because, you know, with smart money concept, with ICT concept, you know, with even indicators too, you still have to draw your support and resistance levels, right? So how I do my support and resistance level is basically based on the area of interest, right? So essentially the demarcation between buyers and sellers, right? And if you don't know what the area of interest is, it's basically very simple, right? Where we are looking for the demarcation between buyers and sellers. So in this example here, as you can see on the left hand side for gold, you know, there is no area of interest. On the right hand side, there is an area of interest. So you can see how above this white line price is buying, below this white line price is selling, right? As you can see, it's sold here, it's sold here. So basically what that means is, guys, your best A plus setups come from the area of interest, right? So if you notice in this specific trade here, right, as you can see how price is literally just reacting off of this area of interest, right, on the white lines, even the blue lines too, as you can see. But the white lines is what you really need to pay attention to, because, you know, the white lines represent the 1 hour time frame, and the 1 hour time frame is what we use, you know, to track the market on a day-to-day basis, right? So essentially, guys, just imagine if you're taking your trades from this white line here, right? These are high probability setups, and even also the blue lines too, if you know what you are doing, right? But essentially, guys, this is the strategy that I wish I knew, you know, because like I said, literally I only need 2 time frames for this strategy, the 1 hour time frame and the daily time frame. Unlike other, you know, strategies where smart money concepts, you might use the 5 minutes, the 15 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, everything, right? And then still have a 40%, you know, win rate at the end of the day. Or you could use this strategy here where it's quite simple, you know what I mean? It's really no much big term to it, you know, big, you know, like explanation to it, guys. It's just indication, correction, continuation, and you might have the same win rate as the smart money concept guy, but at the end of the day, it's very simple to understand, right? But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a lot from this, guys. To end this video, guys, I'm literally just gonna mark up my chart here just to, you know, give you guys, you know, just a quick insight of what I think on GBP JPY. Right, so right now, guys, as you can see, price just crossed the daily area of interest, so we can anticipate price will go to the next zone. So we can start from the daily time frame right now and then mark our chart, right? So as you can see, the next zone right now is this zone right here on the daily time frame. Right, so I'll push this real quick. This is the next zone right here on the daily time frame. Boom, and then we might anticipate something here also, to be honest, right? Like something around here too could be a zone that we can actually watch, you know. Boom, something like this, and then like a small zone here, right? Because you can clearly see that price did react in the previous, you know, weeks here, although it was kind of fidgety here, but it still technically respected it. So we can definitely, you know, watch this zone here. So if price goes to this zone, we might actually see a reversal. Who knows? Who actually knows? It just depends on what the structure gives us, right? So right now, these are the 2 zones I'm looking at right now. As you can see, boom, boom, right? And then if I go to the 1 hour time frame, let me just do this real quick. Boom. It's the 1 hour time frame real quick. Boom, boom. Sorry guys, I always like to, I'm kind of OCD when it comes to things like this. I like to like make sure everything is like straight, I guess. Right? OCD. But as you can see, this, you know what I mean, what I'm seeing right now. And then in terms of this area here, I would want to maybe have this pushed back, right? Because price is technically like, you know, the lines are too much, to be fair with you, right? But this is basically what I'm seeing right now in terms of the 1 hour time frame. So the 1 hour time frame right now, the area of interest right now I'm seeing, I'm going to mark this area of interest here. Boom. Boom. Right, so I actually might move that up, you know, because this is like the latest, you know, price point where price touched. So this is where I would mark my area of interest. And as you can see, it does rhyme a little bit with this. I can easily extend this downwards just to fit that. And then this area of interest, I delete this and then have it like this. Actually delete this and then have it like this, right? Boom. Something like this, and then maybe move this upwards. Yep, move this up. Yep, move this up like this, and then knock it up like this, and then color code. Boom. So this is basically what I see on the 1 hour time frame area of interest. As you can see, like you see how price is reacting like this. As you see how price is reacting off this area here, so we can definitely see some movement or a significant movement happen from this area here. But yeah, this is basically me just clearing my chart right now. But this is essentially what we are seeing, and as you can see, guys, price is looking to keep buying up. Price literally just gave a shooting star right now, so literally this could be your entry. Boom, right? And then stop loss literally right below there. Boom. First TP is going to be right here. going to be right there. First tip is going to be right there. If price does break, then second TP or whatever is going to be literally right there. But this is essentially, guys, the strategy that I wish I knew. You know, as you can see, guys, it's really relatively simple. Right, all we're doing is literally just understanding what the trend is, how to follow the trend, and then using our area of interest to then place our trades. Right, so this is basically what it is, guys, and I hope, you know, I mean, you can learn this strategy, implement this into your own life, and, you know, see some results. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please do subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. And also, guys, if you have any questions, always comment down below. All right, guys, I will see you guys in a different video. Peace.